Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here on a Monday, chilling. And as you know, it's not Monday, but that's my catchphrase, and I am sticking to it. Today, we're going to get back into the subject of sparring. We can talk about sparring every week if y'all want, because when it comes to sparring in self-defense or MMA or boxing or any combat sport, sparring is imperative. I can't talk more about sparring. You have to be able to spar. Now, today we're talking about sparring up. A lot of people don't know what sparring up means. Sparring up means you are sparring somebody that is better than you. Okay? A lot of people don't like to spar up. So today we're going to talk about why it's important to spar somebody that's better than you. Okay, let me drink my water first. All right, cool. So sparring somebody that's better than you is imperative. Matter of fact, it's pretty much almost the only way that you can get better in sparring, okay? And it's almost the only way you can get better in almost anything, okay? If you're trying to get better in basketball, you got to play somebody that's better than you. If you're trying to get better in football, you got to play somebody that is, better than you. If you're trying to get smarter, you got to go and learn from somebody that's smarter than you, okay? And if you're trying to be a better fighter, you have to fight with somebody that is better than you, or at least on your level. But if they're better than you, then that's much better. If they're on your level, maybe you might be able to get a little better. But in order to get a lot better, you have to find someone that is better than you. I'm going to tell you something else. The better that you get in a particular area, the better you get, the harder it is to find someone that you can spar with or practice with. Why? Because the better you get, the fewer people that it will be on your level. That's why I like Michael Jordan. Y'all know I always watch that little documentary, The Last Dance. Remember Michael Jordan on The Last Dance? And when he was trying to get back into his basketball, he invited the best players in the world to come and train at the Jordan Dome. You had the best NBA players in the world. That's the only way. He couldn't get the security guys that worked at Disney at the time. He had to go get the best players all over to come and play with him in order for him to get better. Because he got to find somebody that is either better, and they were actually better than him at the time because he hadn't played in a while. So he had to find somebody that was better than him, to get better. Think about Mike Tyson in his prime. Think about like John Jones, the MMA fighter. You know how hard it is for them to find somebody to spar with that's going to help them to get better? First of all, a dude like Mike Tyson, don't nobody want to spar him because they know that he'll damn near knock him out, okay? And Jones is tall, he's athletic, he's anomaly. Look, man, the better you get in whatever it is you're doing, even in school, the higher you get in your education, the fewer people that are able to teach you because you're learning a lot, okay? But in order to learn, in order to get better, you have to find somebody that is better than you. However, a lot of people don't do it. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why they don't do it. It's always 3, sometimes more, but today I'm going to try to stick with 3, okay? The first reason when it comes to sparring, okay, I give you the first one, the hardcore one off the break. The first reason why people don't like to spar up is because they are scared. That's it. They scared. They scared to spar somebody that's better than them, okay? They scared of getting hurt. They're afraid, all right? Look, if I see a lot of people, they come sparring. They're spar with their friends. You know, they get together with their friends and they had these little sparring sessions or whatever. And, you know, they're like, yeah, you know, that was a good little sparring session. But they may not have really gotten better because their friends is no better than they are. Okay? And they're not afraid to go against their friends. Okay? You know, if you get like, you know, look, if you get like, two females and they get together, you know, after class, they friends, and they just like, you know, shoot a couple of jabs and crosses or something like that. They're getting a good workout, but they're not really getting better at sparring unless they trying to run some drills or something like that. But the actual sparring, they're not really getting better at that. You know, if you get, you know, I see these women, they go to these little cardio kickboxing classes, and after class, they get with Chad, the cute kickboxing instructor, and they do a little sparring with Chad, and Chad is, you know, giving them motivation, and you know, they think they can spar. Yeah, they think they getting better until a Jab and Jackie come in the building, all right? Let Jab and Jackie or Shaniqua walk in the building, and who they about to get ready for their first pro boxing match or their Olympic level, like, you know, boxer or something like that, and they go wrapping up their hand wraps, putting their headgear on, putting the Vaseline on their face, putting the mouthpiece. They don't want no part of Jab and Jackie or Shaniqua. Why? Because they scared and they know Jab and Jackie and Shaniqua mean business. Ain't gonna be no like just shooting the jab with them. They actually gonna go in and they gonna hit you with a jab, a hook, a cross, hook to the body. They gonna work you, and you don't want that smoke, okay? But you gotta get that smoke, because that smoke is what makes you better. You have to always spar up, all right, in order to get better, okay? Second reason why people don't like to spar up. The second reason why people like to spar up is because of their egos. Their egos can't handle it, okay? They don't like to be embarrassed. Look, man, if you're a dude and you've been working on the online Gracie combatives all summer in the backyard with your friends, and you consider the best of all your friends because you're the one that own the Gracie account, you know, so you get to show your friends all the stuff you learn on Gracie combatives and stuff like that. You don't want one of your friends to bring over his buddy from North Carolina somewhere or out of state, and he trained at Gorilla Grip Jiu-Jitsu, and he like a high level purple belt or a brown belt or even a high level blue belt. You don't want him to bring the friend over. You know why? Because you know that friend going to debunk everything you've been doing all summer with them combatives, okay? Not saying the combatives aren't good. I'm just saying that when you bring somebody that really know what they doing, right? And you've been kind of, you know, being the guy amongst your group that was supposed to be that good, and he wiped the floor with you, your ego can't handle it. You're like, oh man, you know, that's the day you probably say, oh, now my shoulder hurt. I ain't going to train with y'all today. I'm just going to watch, because you don't want to roll around with that guy. All right. You don't want that smoke, but you need that smoke, because that smoke is what's going to make you better. Okay. The third reason, like I said, number one, you scared. Number two, you embarrassed. The third reason, and y'all gonna think this like a ploy or something like that, you know, I'm just like, you know, doing a little advertising. Y'all can think what y'all want, but the truth of the matter is, here go a third reason why y'all don't spar up. Because y'all haven't subscribed to my channel. y'all ain't been subscribing to my channel, man. I've been talking about this for years, okay? Everything, I had one of my students come up to me the other day, and he say, man, you know, I really like your channel, man. You only, how come you ain't like, you don't even tell us about this stuff? I say, man, look, my channel been out for 5 years. The stuff I'm putting out now is stuff, if you go back far enough, it's stuff I'm just reincarnating. All right, because it's always good to, like, you know, reiterate things I've said in the past, okay? I tell you straight up how it's gonna be. A lot of people sugarcoat it, to make you feel like you can defend yourself. I tell you, I give you the real right here. You gotta subscribe to this channel, because if you don't know, you just don't know. And a lot of people don't spar up, and they think they're getting better because they don't know how important it is to spar up. Well, you're gonna know it from me. If you wanna get better, you have to find somebody that's better than you. And this is whatever you're doing, okay? You got to find somebody that's better than you. You got to get rid of that ego. You have to not be afraid, or at least be able to face your fears, okay? That's really almost the only way to get better. I say almost because there are ways that you can spar some people that's not as good as you and still get better. But a lot of people don't like to do this because it kind of makes them look like an asshole, but it's necessary. And that, what I mean by making them look like an asshole is that you have to put yourself in a position of disadvantage. How big the disadvantage depends on how better you are at what you're doing than the person that you're doing it with. For example, let me think about, okay, like I got a student named Taquan, right? Tay. Now Tay, if Tay was to spar against Luis or Mark, he's not really going to get better sparring against Luis or Mark. Nothing wrong with Luis or Mark. I'm just picking them because they're fresh in my head, because they're about to do a level 3 test tomorrow. They went out and got tested and stuff like that. They're going to do a level 3 test tomorrow, so they're fresh in my head. But they're trained to be in level 3. Tay is a black belt candidate. So if he was to spar them individually, he's not really getting better. So in order for Tay to really get better in sparring, going against Luis, and he got to say, all right, I'm gonna get against the wall, and I want both of you to throw punches at me, and I'm gonna try to block and counter against both of you guys. Okay? He needs to put himself in a position of disadvantage against Mark and Luis in order for him to get better. Okay? Let's say Sue and Ann. Now, Sue and Ann, I got 2 other students, Sue and Ann, and they always practicing together, okay? Now, Ann, I think she's our first, maybe even be second degree in Taekwondo, right? Either first or second. So she is a much better kicker than Sue. So if they were to practice kick sparring, and if Sue can get better in her kick sparring if she's going against Ann, but Ann is not going to really be getting better at her kick sparring going against Sue. Ann's got to put herself in a position of disadvantage. She got to be like, okay, Sue, you can tell your round kicks, your side kicks, your front kicks. Only thing I'm going to throw is my front leg front kick. That's the only thing I'm going to throw, okay? Because she's got to even the playing fields in order for her to get better, okay? Create a situation of disadvantage. She's not being an asshole. That's the way she gets better, okay? You know what? I'm gonna give you a situation, right? And this is me, okay? So this actually happened to me, right? So I'm rolling around at where I go to do my jiu-jitsu at, right? And I'm rolling around with one of my boys named Marquise. Now Marquise, I don't know if he might be a purple belt by now, but he was a blue belt jiu-jitsu at the time. Really, he wasn't really a blue belt, so he was one of them people who, at least my opinion, he should have been like a purple belt or something. But, some people, like, they go to gym, and, I think they even got a name for people like that who, like, they can compete at a particular level, but really they probably at a higher level, and, they should. Anyway, Marquise was good, all right? At least he was compared to me, okay? Or he is compared to me. So me and Marquise, we rolling. Now, Marquise would tap me. So this one particular roll, right, I'm rolling. I don't know if it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And me and him are rolling. And I'm trying, to defend or whatever his submissions. And I'm successful in defending myself against him trying to tap me out. My goal for that day, My goal for that day was not to get tapped out, at least not more than once, right? I was like, I'm not going to get tapped out. But Marquise is not. I know I couldn't tap Marquise out, but I said I'm not going to. He's not going to get me today. So we rolling, right? And Marquise is trying little things, and I'm looking up at the clock, and we got like a minute left, and he ain't subbed me yet. He ain't tapped me yet. And, you know, I started feeling good. I talk shit because I talk shit. And I'm like, yeah, nope, you ain't, nope, you ain't getting it, nope, you ain't getting it. And I'm starting to feel a little good about myself. And Marquise, you know what this asshole did? He gonna look at me and he looks, I guess he got tired of me talking shit, right? Marquise gonna look at me and this asshole gonna say, man, you know, I'm not really trying to tap you out. I'm gonna wait till the last 15 seconds. You gonna wait till the last 15 seconds, right? I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, no, not today. You better tap me out now, right? So we go, and then, you know, the bell goes off. We had the 30, you know, that bell rings with that 30 more seconds. I'm like, he got 30 seconds. He got 30. We get down to 15 seconds, right? And I'm like, all right, he is not going to tap me, right? He give me that little asshole grin that he always give me. That was at the 15-second mark. Marquise tapped me before we got to the 9-second mark. And then I said, oh man, he got me. He's like, let's just keep on going. We got 9 more seconds. He tapped me again by the time we got to the 2-second mark. Oh man, it was humiliating, man. It was humiliating, but it didn't bother me. You know why? Because I don't mind sparring up. Hey, you know, you gotta spar up, man. I hope my man Marquise is watching this. I hope you're still training Marquise, but that's what he had to do in order to, help himself get better. He had to wait to the last 15 seconds to see if he can tap me out, how many times he can tap me out in the last 15 seconds. You gotta spar up. Like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm not afraid, of sparring somebody better than me. I don't mind when somebody humble, when somebody, to be humbled by somebody. And I definitely, know the benefits of sparring up. And now you do too. But whatever you're going to do, man, just do it to the best of your ability, man. If you're going to spar up. If you're just going to spar your regular friends and spar down, then, hey, do what you do, man. All right? Peace. I'm out. Oh! Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. I'm out.